Hey there. So I talked to a doctor about my Dutch test results, and it pretty much was the same stuff that I had problems with 2 years ago when I did my Dutch test 2 years ago, which is my adrenals were shot, um, my estrogen is going crazy, and my testosterone is really low. So, we're looking at no libido or not much of a libido. We're looking at issues with processing, um, all that stuff with the adrenals correctly, and we're looking at the fact that like it's attacking my muscles. Um, all the pathways that are supposed to like help for the muscles. Um, it's like taking from that instead of like processing. So we have to do kind of a detox first. I have to do a detox. I have to do like a gentle cleansing detox. So I'm just going to look at my notes here. The estradiol for the estrogen is low, and it's at the beginning point of getting close to premenopause. My testosterone is very low. Um, my metabolic, the cortisol I metabolize is not very high. Um, so low estrogen, testosterone, adrenals, no get up and go, need help with my neurotransmitters, and the 24-hour free cortisol. I wrote here for muscles not used actively, because it's taking from my muscles. Let's see where I wrote more about that. Inflammation affecting testosterone is what they were telling me, because my testosterone is very low in regards to DHEAS. In regards to the progesterone, my A and B pathways need a little help. And how the estrogen is processed is not so great. My percentages are not where they're supposed to be for metabolizing. It needs to be at 70%, and it's like 88. So that explains a lot of mood swings I've always had my whole life. So we have to work on methylation and liver processing, and how everything gets processed instead of stored, because I'm storing a lot of stuff. How the brain is talking to the adrenals. The DHEA is kind of not great. And then in regards to the 24-hour free cortisone, they say I'm storing instead of converting energy. And it's affecting my muscle tissue, which makes sense because I've always had crazy fatigue in my hands and stuff. And she's like, that's because of the adrenal issue. So we're going to do a liver adrenal detox thing first. Then we're going to work on long-term support for maintenance with cells, and nutrition and lifestyle. And one of the things they want me to take is some sort of supplement for nettles. And I've had people tell me about nettles tea and nettle stuff in regards to allergies, so I'm not surprised that it's included here because of the concern of inflammation. I've been really out of it the last couple of days. I went to Pilates on Monday, and then Tuesday and Wednesday was like not great. And I don't know if the weather, because it's really hot, affected me. I still don't know if I might have POTS, but we're going off of the Dutch test, and it's really talking about how I have no adrenals, got to get them back online, and I'm not really processing everything great with my other hormones, and the pathways need to be cleansed and fixed. Dopamine is at the low end. I'm not surprised. I mean, I take the Prozac, which is supposed to help with the serotonin, but what's going on with dopamine? It's funny how doctors want you to do one thing and they don't even look at the other stuff. They don't look at how the system's working. And melatonin, which I know I'm going to have to get to. But what I like about this new doctor is that they want me to try to do things at a slower pace and take it step by step. So I just ordered this supplement for my adrenals. It's going to help detox. I'm going to take it really slow. I'm going to be in communication with them and see how that goes. And I'm going to do one supplement at a time. Because in the past, like I did this test 2 years ago, and they threw out all this information on a bunch of supplements, and I tried to take a bunch of them, and I was just overwhelmed. I was taking a lot of perimenopausal stuff, even though I wasn't perimenopausal, and I wasn't sure what was helping me. And I was back and forth between, I don't know if I was still doing Prozac or Zymbalta or Zoloft at the time. Now I'm on Prozac. What is hilarious is 2 years ago, not only did I do my Dutch test complete, but I also did the mapping results, and I'm looking at the old notes here. It's from 2 years ago, and I was telling this new doctor on the phone about it. And in the notes, it says here, low androgens, DHEA, progesterone, testosterone may result in low libido, vaginal dryness. Use DHEA support, which I remember trying that. We're not really going to go that route this time. We're just going to go with the adrenal detox first. Because she thinks if that we've helped the adrenals, then hopefully that we won't need to work on the DHEA. If too much, may be more anxious. That's another thing. I'm always having to be careful with how much medication I take or supplements because I'm very sensitive. This may additionally help with other mental mood-related issues, possibly, this is in parentheses, and I guess I just blocked this out. ADHD, moodiness, brain fog. Right there. See it? That was before my son was diagnosed. And I never either noticed it, paid attention, probably just read past it. Turns out, yep, I have ADHD. They wanted me to use perimenopausal medicine here. They wanted me to use a cortisol manager, things with adaptogens for adrenal support, all kinds of stuff. Vitamin B, there's one called a Supreme that's supposed to help methylate, so I might have issues with methylating, absorbing everything and processing everything. And it's kind of funny because I was telling my doctors about wanting to take this methylated test thing women are doing now to figure out if they're processing folic acid and stuff correctly. Anyway, I have a processing issue, whether it's sensory or with the ADHD or the autism, and now it's in my body with the adrenals and the stress, and can't process it, convert it. It just stays stuck the way it is, and I'm just burnt out. And having 2 kids that are neurodivergent makes it even harder. I feel like I never have a break. Let's see. Yeah, this just says I had no gas in the gas tank or something like that, and they wanted me to come back in 4 to 6 months to retest. Maybe due to low dopamine. Yeah, no one's ever told me what to take to help with the dopamine. Because if anxiety is because of dopamine issues, why are we taking stuff with serotonin? I don't know. It makes me crazy. Anyways, HPA is probably low. I'm not sure what that stands for. Low gas tank and low methylation. So it says here, I'm not great at methylating. So it was here 2 years ago, but the lingo wasn't in the atmosphere for me yet until it is now. Now we're all talking about this. So, it was expensive when I did that 2 years ago, and they wanted me to do taking all the supplements and then figure out what's going on. But I'm glad I have these new people who want me to slowly do a detox, then get with the maintenance, then get with the support, and then get with the lifestyle stuff, because I need to feel better so I can move on. And I didn't feel better when I started to take those other supplements. I felt overwhelmed. And I think it's important to be like, hey, what are the things we really need to take care of? How can I minimize how many supplements and pills I'm taking? Because that just makes everyone crazy. And with someone with ADHD who forgets, it's really hard to keep track of everything.